Hello Mr. Starboy. Welcome to the second episode for one pro tip versus every hero. This time we're doing the Viking faction. Next week is Samurai and in 2 weeks it's gonna be Woollin. Hopefully you guys learned something new today, and without further ado, let's jump into it. There are a lot of situations, especially if a raider weaves in front of you, where you can attack him with a light in his hyper armor and recover fast enough to block his heavy. For example, if a raider weaves a light in front of you, you can attempt to attack him fast enough to punish him for it, even if he thinks he is punishing you for it. Warlord. As a character with a dodge attack, there is one important detail you need to keep track of. That detail is his guard direction. It has to be on the opposite side of your dodge attack direction. Allow me to explain. The reason for this is because even when headbutt is dodged, it is still somewhat hard to punish if you attack from the side he was already guarding. What you need to do is always work and be ready to punish a headbutt on the other side he's guarding to increase your chances of punishing him. Good Warlord players keep track of this as well, so you have to always be adaptive about it. Berserker. One thing that most people know is that Berserker zone is parryable on block. One thing that most people do not know is that he does chip damage on zone, respectively 1 per hit, but can do more if in revenge or with buffs. Everyone usually tries to parry on the last hit to be safe, but that means eating 3 attacks worth of chip. What you need to do is learn to parry on second hit to keep the chip damage to a minimum. It is somewhat easy to do, but if you struggle with it, 1 minute of practice should do the trick. Valkavi. If she gets a garbage on your teammate, do not always try to peel immediately, as she can CC with a light attack on garbage, obviously if the opponent is skilled enough. What you want to do is delay your attack to the point where you can hit her before she lands her heavy, but afterwards the window she can CC in. This way you counter both options at once. Highlander. Never throw an attack that can only be followed up by a heavy against a good Highlander. The reason for this is because you cannot follow up fast enough to interrupt dodging to kick, guaranteeing him 30 damage on every dodge. For example, if Warden does a dodge attack on Highlander and he dodges, the Warden hits a kick no matter what. If the Warden threw, let's say, a light attack, the Highlander cannot kick without being punished. He has to read whether you will heavy or light again. If you heavy, he kicks. If you light, he dodges again. But in this specific example, after he dodged 2 lights, you can only follow up with a heavy, meaning he can kick you every time for free. Shaman. One thing that you need to be careful about is dodge attacking her blitz stab. The reason for this is because her soft feint attack has very little recovery, to the point where she can even deflect and punish you for dash attacking late. You can still do it, you just have to do it early enough to the point where she can't even block it. Gunder. There is an attack on Gunder that, if whiffed in front of you, can be punished with a heavy every time with no chance of defending himself. What I'm talking about is your player zoning on your teammates in fights. If you attempt to heavy after you see it on reaction, you can always punish him, as the chain link into light is too slow and the recovery back to neutral is too long, meaning free damage for you. And that was it for the Viking faction. I hope I was able to teach you something new today. If I did, A like is always appreciated. Until next time, see you around, Mr. Starbush.